welcome to the Pink Parley. It's your fine ass host, Molly, and welcome to the show. So you guys, remember on the last parlay, I definitely mentioned about how I partnered up with Mary at the Pusssykat Chronicles, and we did an amazing interview. We looked amazing. I showed you guys the photos of us. Like, we did our thing, right? Well, so I thought. So now it's coming time for the marketing things, and now she's posting these videos and shorts or, reels on Instagram. And y'all, just look at this shit and tell me what y'all think. Like, let me know in the comments, please, because I see this shit and I'm fucking livid, you guys. First of all, if you look at it, if you just look at just how the thumbnails are lined up, right? It looks like this is a girl or this is a hoe that is PIMP free who needs protection and falls in love with all her tricks. Like, what? First of all, in the world, like in society and the pimp culture and everything, that like makes me look like a goofy ass bitch. Like, that's something worth clowning. That's something worth disrespecting when they see me. And mind you, I'm still out here, you guys. Like, I'm still trying to, I'm still grinding for my dollars. The parlay money still ain't kicked in yet. So, I'm really still out here. So to me, that's a huge deal. Like, I approached her about it and she did change it or whatnot, but then she decides to change it back. And then she follows with more postings that are even more assaulting into who I am. And, I had to think back of, damn, like, the interview ain't even out yet, but I'm thinking like, damn, what the hell did I say? And I feel that deep down inside, maybe she had a different perspective of what a hoe like me should be like. And to be a hoe like me and coming from absolutely nothing, I really do have my shit together. Really got a good head on my shoulders and I'm really headed in the right direction. But back to this bitch. So I'm going to take that back because me and Mary did talk it out. And come to find out, her partner is in charge of doing all the postings. So I am going to hold it right here. And I do let the situation go. And I do want to apologize on my behalf. Just want to say that, though. But yeah. So I don't know, you guys. I guess just for any podcaster that is out there. And you know what? Let me give another shout out to Nothing But Greatness podcast because I want to salute them even more because, obviously I was like, they're dope. They're funny guys and everything. And we collabed and everything was great. But one thing I could say about those guys right there, they some genuine motherfuckers. Like, they really are good people. And I can't thank them enough. You got to think they all knew that I was a sex worker. We were very open about it. They maybe asked me some questions in regards to it. However, they did not offend me or insult me. And these are coming from 4 guys who could have been on that podcast just roasting the fuck out of my whole ass. You know what I mean? And just really making it a mockery of me and embarrassment. But no, he elevated me as a podcaster. I feel like they viewed me as just a normal woman or whatever. And I respect them for that, for real. So yeah, I am working on the studio at my apartment, working on turning that into something. So stay tuned, you guys. But anyone, so when I do that studio, I definitely plan on having a lot more guest stars come on. I feel like I would have more of a space where I could just be like, hey, you guys, just pull up and come chop it up, pop your shit on the parlay, So one thing I will say, and I promise this to everyone, I promise you guys that if you're whatever type of woman you are, whatever your past is, I am going to elevate the fuck out of you. Of course, you can share as much you want to share and be as real as possible because that's what we do here on the show. Today's topic is actually going to be about business and pleasure. So I actually wrote a blog. Check out the pinkparley.wordpress.com blog. Check it out. The written version of this episode is so fucking lit, you guys. Like, it's already getting a little buzz or whatnot from my Instagram because I posted it there when I had finished it. Also, it's getting a couple of likes too on the WordPress. I'm not really too big on WordPress yet. I'm still trying to learn how to maybe make it look aesthetically pleasing. But The shit is dope. It's super juicy. It's super nasty. And I love when I write things, how I'm able to just get into detail. Because, you know, I feel like in real life, like if I talked how I blogged or if I talked how I wrote, I think I would be like a fucking weirdo. Like if I talk about sex the way I write about sex, you guys would just think I was a horny person that needed help, I think. But I just love how, like, in writing, there's no judgment and I can make it as much of a fantasy if I want to. I could put extras on it. I could just be super detailed. So, yes, definitely dropping the link in the description. So, yes, go check that one out and definitely worth reading. So, yeah, you guys. So, I know they say don't mix business and pleasure, but your girl done did that a few times. So on today's parlay, I will be sharing my stories about how I mix business and pleasure, and also have a theme for my leasing manager in the leasing office. So roll up if you smoke, sip your drink if you drink, and if you gotta be sober, just listen to this realness I'm finna give y'all, okay? So why shouldn't you mix business with pleasure? Well, most people will say don't mix business and pleasure because it just don't work, right? I can't do this. So maybe in the comments, y'all can let me know why you shouldn't mix business with pleasure, and maybe share some of your stories. If you did mix a business and pleasure situation, did it go right or did it go all the way left? I'm definitely here for the details. Definitely got to get the comment section popping over here at the parlay. You know, a lot of people will say like maybe you don't want your business getting around in the streets. You know, everyone's going to find out at your job. It's going to make the workplace so tense, and it does a little bit of all of that. However, I don't really give a fuck because I be so horny, you guys. So yeah, I've mixed business and pleasure before with a few bosses. I've also mixed pleasure with a neighbor, and I will say that don't go well either. Like, now that's something I learned my lesson from. I did that one time. That shit went so bad, you guys, that for real, like I don't care who you are, how fine you is, baby. If you was a neighbor, I'm not fucking with nothing that's close to home. I don't want nothing on my block, in my neighborhood, nothing. Okay. Remember that crazy stalking neighbor? Like I know I mentioned him before in the past on different parlays. Yeah, like he drove me so fucking crazy. I will never do that one again. So yeah, don't recommend that one either. Yeah, so I'll just be sharing some of my top tier business and pleasure experiences, and also how I develop a fetish for submitting to a man of power at my job and just being his dirty little slut. I don't know what it is, you guys, but my bosses be so fine. Like how could I not fuck them, you know? And I can remember my first, like, when this fetish started, it started all the way back to, like, my first oil refinery job. And when I was there at the refinery, there was this handsome ass boss. Oh my God. I wanted him so bad, you guys. But I really didn't think it was possible to fuck him like that. So there was a night, and I was definitely lit, and I ended up going up to the bar where all the oil refinery guys were, and literally everyone's just like drinking. Shots is just given offered to me right and left. Like, we in that motherfucker lit, like so lit. And so it was my turn to choose. Like, I already knew that I was walking out there with something. I was horny. I was like, I already knew. Like, it was been a little while since I had some sex, so I was ready to get it in. So, you know, I started talking to one guy, and he was cool, you know, like he was definitely fuckable or whatever. But once this other finer ass man turned around, he was a Dominican Welder. And when I tell you he was so fine, and then he had this tongue ring, you guys, right on the tip on his tongue, and a snake eye piercing. It was so fucking sexy, and I knew he was nasty. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going home with you, or back to his room with him. And oh my God, he fucked me so good. Gave me the best head. So see that tongue ring, I knew the head was gonna be fire with a tongue ring like that. I used to actually have a tongue ring like that, so I knew he was gonna be nasty with it. Amazing head skills, fucked me so good, like bomb. So I was super happy with fucking him, right? So that next day I went to work, and tell me why the whole refinery knows my business. They all knew that, like, I get that sloppy toppy, that got. Everyone knew that my pussy was wet. Like, it was just like, I don't know, like most people would be just devastated, humiliated, embarrassed, ashamed. Like, how could that guy do that? Like, if anything, I was like proud. I was like, that's right. Couldn't say nothing bad about me. So that's why I never really gave a fuck. I ain't never had nobody say anything bad about me ever. So, yeah, and I knew it would make like the other guys more curious too to fuck me. And I ain't gonna lie, I probably fucked like 4 guys on that job, and I didn't even last at that job for like more than a month. So I had a pretty good run on my first turnaround. Like, let's just say I had fun. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was just fine, handsome, paid men everywhere with good dick. Like, it was a good time. I was freshly single. I just broke up with my gay ass ex that I've talked about before in the past episodes. But so yeah, I was just living my best life, right? At that time, even though I was doing all that and living my best life, I still had my eyes on my boss. I knew I was getting that dick one day. So, I thought in the oil refinery, this was just going to be like, I was just going to be wealthy. I was going to just be working. On my first job, it was not like that. I don't think people liked me too much on the first job either. I was kind of wild. So yeah, I didn't really get no calls, but I ended up going up to the place where I had graduated from to even get in the refinery in the first place. And I ended up running into my boss, right? Boom. So that day I get his number because, obviously he remembered my face and everything. He was like, oh, he reached out to me. I got his number. And so we started texting. And to my surprise, like right away, he started just like getting really sexual with me and sending me like dick flicks and everything. And oh my God, he had a beautiful dick, like a Snicker bar. It was just so, but yeah. I still have a thing for this man. That's so crazy. But yeah. So I'm like, yes, like I knew he wanted to fuck me, So I was just like, we basically they're out there already at the job in Salt Lake getting ready to go. But it was going to be a few more weeks until they actually need us to come out there. But we would talk, like, and he made sure to talk to me like for like at least a good hour or so on the phone, like until he would fall asleep type shit. And we really got to know each other. So it really made us have like a connection. And so, baby, when that man called me, I must have been on the highway smoking on that 15 freeway all the way to Salt Lake. What? Like, I couldn't wait. I don't even think I ever stopped, y'all. Like, I drove straight there. So obviously I get to Salt Lake finally after like 10 hours or so, and I'm fucking exhausted. And he wants to like go to the fucking bar and shit like that. And I wasn't really in a best mood. I ain't gonna lie. And what's fucked up is that was COVID. And that was right when everything shut down and shit. And I was like, fuck. Like, I should have turned up that night hard as fuck. Like, if I would have knew that was my last night to turn up before the shutdown, oh man, like it would have been lit. But whatever. So I have a little attitude. We finally get back to the crib, and he basically, I guess, didn't like my attitude. Although he didn't say nothing about it, he sure said it in bed. And when I tell you, this man beat the brakes off my pussy, y'all, like had me apologizing and everything. This man even had me crying. Like, but it was so good, y'all. Like, and he fucked my ass, like. Yeah, he was so nasty. Like, I loved everything about him. I think just sexually we were just so attracted and drawn to each other, and just so open and freaky. So I love that about our experience for sure. And we continue to fuck. Yeah, so honestly, in that experience, like I loved it. Like, it was nothing bad to say. It was so fun working with him. Like, he would definitely come out and just to check up on me, and he'll walk up and shit talking about, you look good, that ass, I want to fuck you. He'll even send me text messages like, oh, you look so good, I can see your ass. Like, and it would just turn me the fuck on, because I would kind of look at him like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you okay? Like, because he really was a horny ass nigga, but I just love that shit. Like, I love a nasty man. So I was just like, ooh. So he'll walk up to me, dick getting hard in his pants. Like, it used to be so hard not to fuck that man on top of the tower in the whole refinery, you guys. Like, I used to have to be like, you better get away from me, boy. Like, true. But, Yeah, it honestly, it was fun. Like I worked long hours in the oil refinery, like 12-hour shifts. And I kid you the fuck not. Them 12 hours went by so fast when you just got a fine ass boss that you're fucking and he's talking to you nasty all throughout your shift, coochie getting wet, like to me that shit was cool. So I ain't really got nothing too bad to say about it. But unfortunately, because we fucked for like many jobs after that, but unfortunately we had to stop fucking around because he got promoted. And I was happy for him. I'm never a hater. I was so happy for him because a black man has never even been in that position like that, so I was happy. And then I started thinking about like, well, fuck, I'm gonna have to part ways with that dick. Come back if you watching out there, baby, come back. But at the end of the day, I wasn't really it's what I expected. Like, he was so real for me from the jump. I knew he was a married man, so I knew that we weren't going to be in this forever. I knew he wasn't going to leave his wife for me or anything like that. I was just living in the moment, enjoying the experience and just taking it for what it is, having as much sex with him as possible, of course. And that's what it was. But I will say though, like, because I liked him so much, like, honestly, I might have loved him. Like, he was just so perfect to me, except for the fact that he was married. But other than that, like, I feel like we just got along so good. I feel like he made me want to be a better person. I feel like he was really understood me. And back then, I wasn't as kind. I was very much trauma filled, and that trauma used to really show through me really strongly. And it was ugly. Like, when I think back on it, especially when I would be extra drunk and just the way I would talk and even come at him sometimes, it was ugly and I was a fucking monster. And he still saw through all of that and still saw that I was a good woman. And he even told me like that once I hit my 30s, like, I'm going to be such a prime woman, like, because he could really see that I was a good ass woman. And not too many people could see that in me. So I appreciated him for that. Because, a lot of people try to make it seem like I ain't no good woman and, don't want to give me credit, but like, I'm a really dope ass, good ass woman. Like, all bullshit aside, like, sex work, like, if I give up, when I give up the sex work life and I decide I want to be committed to one man, I can definitely do that and be an outstanding woman. Like, I definitely have that quality in me. It's just not something I look forward to doing right now. You would kind of think that, I would probably stop fucking my boss after that situation. But no, he left and I fucked another boss and he has some good ass dick too. I ain't even gonna lie. And like, I could still fuck him to this day, but I'm good. I'm focused on this parlay shit right now. So yeah, but I would say like as of lately, I haven't been fucking none of my bosses. And because I had to think, like, it's been a while since I fucked a boss, but then I was like, well, duh, I ain't been working. Like, what boss do I have in my life right now? But I will say that I do have a crush on the leasing manager in the fucking leasing office. Now, the other dude before him, he was not cute at all. But this guy, he's kind of handsome. I was like, okay, you feel me? When I came to the office and seeing him, I'm like, well, hello. And, he got this beautiful smile, like these nice teeth. Like, I don't know. I think he's just so handsome. And like the vibe he gave me was just like, he was nice and genuine. And he genuinely just wanted to help me. And I feel like he handles his business and gets shit done. I love a good, hardworking man. You feel me? That really is good at his job. So, I was like, I was really feeling him. But even so though, like, even though he was cute and all that, I wasn't really thinking like, oh, I gotta just have this man, or anything like that. But once I noticed he was checking me out and stuff, giving me compliments about my body, then I seen he was just looking at my ass. And he was looking at my ass like he was basically trying to see how that motherfucker looked naked. So I was like, shit. I sent him a naked picture. Like, what's up? You want to see what this ass look like? Here you go. This motherfucker look nice too. So I'm thinking, I was going to stir up a little something. And he basically said he was going to crash his car or something because he was driving. I'm like, oh Lord, please don't die, like, or anything like that. And he just said, hold on. So I'm like, all right. I think he was going to send me a little dick pic back or something, I ain't never heard from this man. Like, I ain't heard from him no more, you guys. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, huh? Like, y'all want me? So I don't know. I don't really know what that is, you guys. He do seem a little young. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how old he is exactly, but he do seem like he could be like young 20s, 24, 25. I don't know. Like I don't know if he can handle a bitch like me. I'm a lot to handle. Okay. Like, so I don't even know if he ready for all what I got coming at him. So yeah, so now it's made it an awkward situation. Like, I don't know, I was about to go in the office today. I was like, nah, I'm cool. Like, cause I don't know what to do now, because I even apologized because he made me feel bad, because I'm like, well, damn, like, fuck, like, that's disrespectful. Like, because at the end of the day, like, maybe he really cares about his job and he's just trying to be a professional. And then you have this fucking big booty slut that's just sending pictures, so I was like, maybe that was disrespectful to him. And he just really loves his job and is really trying to take it as serious as possible. So I was just like, man, I'm sorry. Like, it'll never happen again. He ain't said shit. Like, mind you, we follow each other on Instagram, so he be seeing everything I post. So he probably read the blog about me wanting to fuck him. Like, I'll still fuck him. But yeah, it's just a fantasy in my head, you guys. Like, on some real shit, I just have like this fantasy, and it's like, it's crazy because he's always in the fucking office by himself, like, and it be in the cut kind of too. So I feel like low key we could get that shit cracking. Like, I would not mind getting underneath the desk, sucking his dick. Like, I wouldn't mind like riding his dick while he's in that office chair. Like, oh my God. Like, I would not mind that at all. Like, that fantasy is just so lit to me, fucking him in that office. And it's like such the perfect office to fuck into. But it'll just be a fantasy in my mind. And then, you guys, so he had came into my apartment, right? And so, I'm kind of like thinking shit. Because I'm kind of like, like, I wouldn't mind if he was like standing in this motherfucking naked. You feel me? Because, I'm trying to like visualize. Because I'm trying to see, like, I think he might got a nice size dick on him. You feel me? So I don't mind really going there like, I wonder what he look like. Like, I wonder what he working with. Like, for real. I feel like he got good dick. So my good dick radar was going off and shit. And, of course, I just keep having like these little crazy ass like fantasies that's in my mind, which is why I decided to write about it so much. And yeah, having this handsome man in this fucking office by himself does not help my sexually fantasized ass mind. So yeah, you guys. And it is like the way he be in the office too. Like, he be so stressed and so overwhelmed. He manages like different buildings and stuff. And so he just be like, I'll be like, poor baby. Like, I don't like, you need your dick sucked or something. Like, you want me to be a nasty little slut for you, make you feel better? Cause like, that's what I want to do. Like, I don't know. I want to help ease his mind if I can. And I know that I can do that. I know that if I sucked his dick and gave him this good pussy, that he would feel so at ease and he'll feel so much better. But yeah, y'all, I don't know about any of this or living this fantasy or making this fantasy come true. Because I think I done scared this young boy off, and now I feel bad as fuck. Now I feel like I don't know what to do. I don't even want to see him no more, because it's just, everything's just so fucked up and awkward. But I did write a super lit ass version of this parlay, Business and Pleasure, on the WordPress. Again, right here at the link. Tell me what you think. And I hope y'all enjoyed this realness. I'll catch y'all on the next parlay.